Clayton, I hear what you're saying, but I think I'll just get a better deal working with the listing agent.
Oh, okay. Tell me a little bit more on how you think you'll get a better deal with a listing agent.
Well, you know, this market's crazy, and if I can just work directly with them, I'm probably going to be more likely to get the house.
Okay, that makes sense. Now, a couple questions. The listing agent, do they know who you are?
Well, I don't think so.
Do they know who the seller is?
Yeah.
So you'd probably agree that the listing agent has a relationship with the seller, right?
Yeah.
Do you know what that part of that relationship looks like?
Mm-mm.
They have a fiduciary responsibility to the seller to get them the most amount of money possible for their home. Does that make sense?
Mm-hmm.
Now, the confusion comes in when do you want to pay the most amount of money for the home?
No, I mean, I want to pay the least.
Okay, because if you wanted to pay the most, that would probably be the best way to go. If you want to pay the least, wouldn't it make sense to have somebody that's 100% dedicated to you, not split emotionally and fiduciarily between two people?
I could see that, yeah.
So that's what I do with my clients. We learn what your goals, wants, dreams, timeline is, and then when it's time to go in and negotiate, I'm 100% committed to you and getting you the best deal for your home, and I don't have to consider what the seller wants. I want to make sure that you get the best bang for your buck. Make sense?
Makes sense.
Sound like a plan?
Sounds like a plan.
All right, let's get the party started.
All right. Can we have somebody be?
Depends who you ask.
Okay, so.
Hey. He put it there.
All right. So Steve, I think, I like what you said, but I think I'll just get a better deal working directly with the listing agent.
Sure, and I can completely respect that. And we don't know each other for very long, but have you been looking for a little while? Just so I can understand your search?
Yeah, definitely.
Okay. And what have you experienced for you to say something like that so I can understand where you're coming from? What do you think would make it easier to work with the listing agent?
Well, the market's just been crazy. I figure I have a better chance of getting accepted if I just work with them directly.
Why?
Well, I mean, they would get to, do both sides of the deal, I think is how that works.
So selfishness for that person versus who you are in the transaction is what you think is going to allow them to make it happen for you?
I guess so, yeah.
So if the word is selfishness, then do you think your needs are being looked after?
I guess I haven't thought about that.
Okay. So if they're going to navigate you over everybody else because you want to work with them, and now are they discounting their seller in any way by giving you privileged information, or are they disrespecting the entire agent community by giving you privileged information? Think about it. I'm just trying to put you in that scope because so many of us think that I'll just go to the listing agent, they'll make it happen. What do you think the listing agent is going to do for you if you choose to work with them versus having a private, confidential, truly invested person like myself to help you through the process? Where do you think there's going to be a disconnect in those two scenarios? Will they ultimately be looking after you, or do you think someone like myself will be looking after you?
I guess I hadn't thought about that.
Yeah. And those are the things that I want to explore. So what's going to happen if you go to a listing agent? Do you think they're magically just going to put your offer on top of the heap and give you all this information so you can write something and boom, Rachel's got the deal? Do you think that could happen?
I guess I don't know.
Right, but that's the illusion of what you think is going to happen. Would you agree?
Yeah.
So do you know who the listing agent is on the property that we inquired about initially? Do you know their name?
Not offhand.
Okay. If you can share their name with me, I'm also going to see if I know who that person is. And then this way I can find out as much as I can about the process.
Okay. Nice.
Right? And that's it. Well, that was it, really.
All right, so I say Clayton. I think Clayton closed. I think Steve did a really good job asking questions and narrowing in. Towards the end, we went a little bit in a circle. Clayton asked for the business, closed it out. So I got Clayton.
Yeah, I'll concur. I think Steve started super strong with trying to identify the position and putting some doubt in her mind, but then just went in circles and talked too long, where Clayton was more succinct and even finished early, but it was because he got his point across and didn't overtalk, which sometimes we talk too much, and we actually hurt ourselves by over-talking when we don't need to talk so much.